So my family and I, we typically spend a month or so in the summers at Young Life Camp. Young Life is a ministry for high school kids that's all about just coming alongside of them and just mainly just being a friend and earning the right to be heard and not just preaching at them, but just being there for them and showing them you love them and showing them Jesus in a real kind of tangible way, mainly your presence. And so they have these beautiful camps around the country where our high school friends get to come and just kind of get away, unplug for a week, and beautiful places, and just hang out with these people from their community who love them. And so I get to be the music guy at those, and Eric's done a lot too, and we just love them. And so anyway, 2 years ago, we had a 2-month-old baby, and and 2 bigger girls, and we spent a month at this camp in North Carolina. And while we were there, a pipe burst in our house and ran the whole time. And so when we got back, like the house was just totaled, and so we had to rip everything out and throw everything away. And with a 3-month-old baby who was screaming, and it was just like it was awful, and it was just a really, which is nothing special. Like we all just have hard years, man. And I remember that was in the summer, and I remember we were just thinking if we can just make it to January, just get to January. But in the back of my mind, I was like, you said this the last year. Like, life is just not easy, and it just kind of goes from one hard thing to another, truthfully, and that's nothing special, but it just, and a couple things happen when you go through something like this is that people come alongside you who mean well, and they say things that are supposed to mean well, but they just make it worse, and you also, the other thing that happens is you find yourself reading Job, in the Psalms, and you're like, God, and so what I noticed in these Psalms I was reading is that there is so much of this, like, where were you? Our pastor preached on Lazarus last week, and just how the thing that they said to him, 2 different people said to him, if you were here, this wouldn't have happened. And he doesn't argue with them. In fact, he kind of agrees, and that's how we felt. If you were, where were you? Why didn't you do something about this? And if somebody dies or a marriage falls apart, like what? Where were you, God? And the Bible, so the Psalms are full of this, like crying out, "Where are you?" And they're also full of, "You love me and you care about me and you provide for me." And what I found in all these sort of lamentations is there's almost always kind of a remembrance of, well, you were here then. You brought the Israelites out of Egypt. You brought You did this. You were here for me then. You were over here, and kind of as like that's what we need. Is not some sort of Hallmark card. It's all gonna be okay. But like we need to remember that he was there other places. Why do we doubt that he's here right now? Which is way harder to do than it is to say. But that's what the song is about. It's called Out of Town. Whoa. It's also called Out of Tune. That worked pretty well, didn't it? Lancaster. I've been playing it for 15 years, and I think maybe I'm starting to get it figured out. Lancaster. All right. Here we go. We were out of town when the ceiling caved in, when the waters rose, we lost everything. The neighbors came and did what they could, got the photos dry, saved what was still good. People told us it would work out for the best. Maybe we just haven't seen it yet. And you were there when we'd given up, there when we tried to run from you, there though we didn't know in the moment. Open up my eyes to really see, my heart to just believe that you care when we can't feel past the moment. And you feel out of town, out of town. It was 93, I felt all on my own, and I ended up at a Young Life Club. Someone looked for me and remembered my name. I kept coming back, I was not the same. 'Cause you were there when I'd given up, there when I tried to run from you, there though I didn't know in the moment. Open up my eyes to really see, my heart to just believe that you care when I can't feel past the moment. Where were you when the ones I looked to turned their backs? Where were you when our vows were taking their worst attack? Were you there somewhere? Were you there somewhere? Are you here somewhere? Are you here? Help me remember. Help me remember. Hey, you were there when I'd given up, there when I tried to run from you, there though I didn't know in the moment. Open up my eyes to really see, my heart to just believe that you care when I can't feel past the moment. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Thanks.